What if I told you there was a new supercycle coming to the stock market? Over the past 2 years, we have had the AI boom, then the quantum boom. Even gold and Bitcoin are booming again in 2025, but what's next? In today's video, I'm going to talk about Amprius Technologies. This is a stock that I have never made a full dedicated video about before. I have mentioned it as a penny stock a few times over the past year, but today it sits at over $8. But like I said a moment ago, we could be at the beginning of a major super cycle, and this needs to be taken seriously. Now, we've got a lot to get through in this video, so I will try to keep this intro short, but if you find any value in this, can I ask you to smash the like button? It takes a lot of time to make these videos, but it literally takes 2 seconds and costs nothing to smash the like button, and it helps the channel out so much. I'm aiming to get 500 likes on this video. Help me hit that goal. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new content like this. I want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, so always do your own due diligence. Now let's get into it. Amprius Technologies is a leading manufacturer of high-energy and high-power lithium-ion batteries, producing the industry's highest known energy density cells. Amprius has developed the industry-leading silicon anode technology, meaning that their battery cells contain more energy and power with much less weight and volume. These are essential developments for the future of all electric vehicles. The company has over 80 patents, and their batteries are validated by industry leaders. Amprius is planning to establish its state-of-the-art gigawatt-scale factory to meet growing demand. The company's products are commercially available and they far outperform the current graphite batteries. Cymax batteries deliver up to 450 watt per kilo and 1150 watt per litre, with third-party validation of 500 and 1300 watt per litre. Amprius expanded its product portfolio to include SiCore platform in 2024, significantly enhancing its ability to serve additional customer applications. The company is headquartered in California, where it maintains an R&D lab and a megawatt-scale manufacturing facility for the fabrication of silicon anodes and cells. Looking at the recent investors' presentation, we can see that Amprius Technologies is not a recent startup company. This was founded in 2008 and fully operational in 2010. Silicon is safe, low-cost, abundantly available, easy to process, and has 10 times the energy density of graphite. And we can see here that this will make a huge difference across a range of industries, such as drones or EVs, even mobile phones and smartwatches. Amprius's technology makes it suitable for several target markets, such as aviation, as we see here, or light electric vehicles, but plans to move more mainstream applications, such as robotics, marine power, AI, micromobility, industrial equipment, or military applications, to name just a few. Their technology has been validated by industry leaders such as Airbus. There's commercial agreements and shipments through 2025 with Teledyne and AeroVironment. There is 10 development programs with the US Army, and they have a 3-year commercial agreement with bbai Systems, delivering against orders now in 2025. In news earlier this week, Amprius announced shipping high-performance SiCore cells to multiple drone and UAV customers from its California pilot line. These cells include high-energy cells to Airbus subsidiary Alto and balanced energy and power cells to drone manufacturers supporting tactical and commercial missions. Amprius customer qualification often begins with prototype SiCore cells built at the company's Fremont facility, accelerating the transition from development to deployment for advanced applications. Recent examples include deliveries to Alto and other UAV leaders for high-altitude and tactical drone missions. The newly shipped SiCore cells are engineered to support even longer duration flights where energy density and weight are mission critical. According to Alto, Amprius Technologies' silicon anode technology has already enabled Zephyr to operate in the stratosphere overnight for months at a time, an unprecedented milestone in persistent flight, and Alto have said that they look forward to working with Amprius to power the future of stratospace innovation. Amprius CEO stated that shipping our industry-leading SiCore cells to Alto and other leading drone OEMs marks another key milestone in our commercial scale-up. But this is important. While Fremont enables rapid development and early-stage production, Amprius is scaling its global supply chain to meet commercial demand. The company has secured more than 1.8 gigawatts of manufacturing capacity through international contract partnerships, including a strategic agreement in South Korea to support broader adoption across aerospace, defense, and electric mobility markets. So this is clearly a time when the company is just beginning to ramp up. But that's not all, because in the past 2 weeks, Amprius also announced its selection for the 2025 cohort of the Amazon Device Climate Tech Accelerator. The program supports companies developing technologies that could help reduce the carbon footprint of Amazon's devices and operations as part of its broader commitment to reach net zero by 2040. Participation gives us a valuable opportunity to engage with Amazon's technical and sustainability teams that are working on millions of devices worldwide. As demand grows for lighter, more energy-dense solutions in sectors such as light electric vehicles, aviation, and robotics, Amprius batteries offer a path to higher system efficiency and lower environmental impact, making programs like this a valuable forum for exploring future applications. Looking at the charts, we can see that Amprius has been on a very strong rally over the past month, not only hitting a new 52-week high, but also reaching its highest price since early 2023. The stock was only $2 when I called it on the channel a few months ago, so its rise is nothing short of spectacular. Now, this might still be early in the run after gaining so much, but I do expect the stock to pull back a bit more next week before its next upward move. Over the past week, we have seen Amprius stock record lower highs and higher lows every day, so I expect the stock to continue this next week, but the chart does look bullish right now, and a good earnings beat could prove to be a major catalyst. Amprius is set to release their Q2 earnings on August 7th after the market close, so a positive earnings could be a real boost, especially with the increasing customer count and purchase order backlog announced last quarter. But what do analysts think of Amprius stock right now? Looking at MarketBeat, we can see that Amprius is covered by 8 Wall Street analysts who have a consensus price target of $10. The high price target is 15, while the lowest price target is just 6. But all analysts are in agreement because there is no sell or hold ratings. All 8 have given the stock a buy rating. Now, according to MarketBeat, the most recent rating is from William Blair Analysts, who upgraded the stock to outperform, and B. Riley, who gave the stock a $10 target. But earlier this week, Colin Rush from Oppenheimer maintained a buy rating on Amprius Technologies with a price target of $15. So with the stock currently at just 8, there is a lot of optimism around the company and plenty of upside potential. Now, this is a very interesting article on Seeking Alpha from Analyst Deep Value Investing, who we can see here has been covering the stock even longer than I have, first picking this one out when it was only $1 late last year. Now, this article does talk about multiple stocks such as QuantumScope, Solid Power, Amprius Technologies, and SES AI, but makes a very strong case for both Solid Power and Amprius. Now, these are the sort of articles that I have found so helpful over the past few years, as the information on Seeking Alpha has been vital to me when it comes to picking the best stocks. If this is of interest to you, there is a link in the description where you can get a free 7-day trial of Seeking Alpha, so check this out. If you don't like it, then cancel it. It's completely free if it's cancelled within 7 days. And I've also linked this entire article too if you want to have a read of this, because I am skipping right down to the parts that are specifically about Amprius Technologies. Amprius is the one that generates the most revenue out of the stocks mentioned here. But this is important. The company has 102 customers, 42 of whom were included in the past quarter. So we are talking about a company here that is just beginning to get some serious traction right now. Almost half of their customer count has come in 2025. But that jump in customer count is almost as remarkable as the backlog jump, with $34.5 million in new customer purchase orders added to the backlog in Q1, resulting in a total backlog of $37.8 million by the end of the quarter. So think about this for a moment. It would look like the backlog was just $3 million prior to 2025. But just look here at the Q1 earnings transcript that we can see here. They are shipping product and also drastically increasing the new orders. However, there is one concern that a lot of revenue is coming from a small number of customers. According to the latest 10Q, three major customers contributed to over 10% of total revenue in Q1, with amounts of 2.9, 2.8, and 1.6 million. We're talking about 65% of revenue concentration among three top customers. Now, this is both good and bad if you think about it from a logical point of view. First, because it's very risky when the majority of revenue comes from only a couple of customers, but it also shows that there is huge scope to increase revenue from the remaining customers, roughly 100 more customers. This could potentially mean hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue. From a catalyst perspective, aside from the new commercial customers, which will likely increase sales, the commercial availability of the new SiMax 1300 battery is a big milestone ahead, which management believe can outperform everything else on the market. Looking ahead in the next 12 months, a good amount of the backlog will be converted into revenue. An example includes a 15 million order from a UAS OEM. That order is expected to be shipped in the second half of 2025, so Q3 and Q4 could be very decent quarters for the company. Finally, keep an eye on Amprius's 217 cell. In the past earnings call, management noted that a Fortune 500 company in the LEV space is evaluating this cell, which could lead to volume orders. Even though the likely timeline for large orders is late 2026, progress updates could be a huge catalyst. But guys, what do you think? Amprius has been one of the best performing stocks on the market over the past year, going from under $1 last year up to today's price, but the stock is still a long way below its 2022 all-time high. Could this still be very early? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and always do your own due diligence. Remember that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, but if you enjoyed this analysis, then please like and subscribe. Follow me on X and I'll catch you in the next video.